revealing the psychological traps of gamblers to apply them to more effective investing. Today, I will take you into the luxurious world of casinos so that we can explore the minds of professional players, people who seem to win again and again. What secrets do they truly hold? Are you curious? But please note, my goal is not to encourage gambling. Instead, by analyzing the psychological strategies you are about to learn, we can help ourselves stay clear-headed in every aspect of life and make wiser decisions. Whether you are interested in psychology or want to improve your decision-making skills at work and in daily life, this video will bring you valuable insights. Imagine pushing open the heavy doors of a casino. The first thing that hits you is the dazzling scenery and lively sounds. Slot machines sparkle with hypnotic lights. Cheers erupt from the roulette tables. Crowds gather around blackjack tables in constant motion. The air is filled with tension and excitement. It feels like a parallel world, separated from reality. A place where everyone dreams of becoming rich in a surge of excitement. But in this place that seems full of opportunity, very few people actually achieve long-term success. According to statistics from the Las Vegas Tourism Authority, more than half of players leave with losses. Even more shocking, research on gambling addiction shows that about 85% of gamblers admit they have chased losses, continuing to gamble in order to recover money they already lost. So what allows a small minority to survive in this brutal probability game while most people end up losing everything? The answer lies deep within human nature and how we think. Before we dive deeper, don't forget to follow the channel to learn more truths about money and help yourself achieve financial freedom faster. Welcome to Wealth Strategy Secrets. In this content, we will analyze psychological traps that players often fall into, how professional players avoid these traps, and how they use unique psychological strategies to profit from casinos over the long term. More importantly, we will learn how to apply this knowledge to daily life to improve our decision-making ability. First, let's analyze the psychological traps that players commonly face. These traps do not only exist in casinos, they appear everywhere in our daily lives. Understanding how these traps work helps us see ourselves more clearly and avoid mistakes when making important decisions. The first trap is called optimism bias. Have you ever heard of beginner's luck? Many people entering a casino for the first time believe they are naturally lucky. In psychology, this is known as optimism bias. A study conducted by psychologist Weinstein showed that students typically underestimate thesis completion time by about 30%. This excessive optimism becomes even stronger in casinos. Another study showed that 68% of lawyers in civil lawsuits believe their side will win. But in reality, the win rate is only about 50%. In casinos, this overconfidence can cause heavier losses. Imagine entering a casino and seeing people celebrating wins. You might think, if they can win, I can too. Soon you may lose everything. That is the danger of optimism bias. The second trap is the sunk cost fallacy, or illusion of recovery profit. Imagine you have lost $10,000. What would you do? Would you bet again to recover your losses? If so, congratulations. You have fallen into the sunk cost trap. This mistake is like an invisible whirlpool pulling players deeper into gambling. Money already lost is like spilled water. It cannot be recovered. We should make new decisions rationally instead of being obsessed with past losses. Nobel Prize-winning economist Richard Thaler conducted an experiment giving volunteers 2 lottery tickets, one free, one purchased. When asked to give one up, most people gave up the free ticket, even when the purchased ticket had lower winning probability. This is another example of sunk cost bias. In daily life, imagine buying a movie ticket and realizing halfway through that the movie is boring. Do you stay because you paid for it? Many people do, but leaving and doing something else would be a better use of time. The third trap is the gambler's fallacy, or probability illusion. Have you noticed big result screens in casinos? They are not placed randomly. Humans tend to predict future results based on past random sequences. For example, if roulette lands on red 5 times, you might believe black is more likely next. But each spin is independent. Past results do not influence future outcomes. The fourth trap is the illusion of control. Players often believe they can influence game outcomes. Many people rely on lucky objects or rituals. Some wear red during Lunar New Year believing it brings luck. Some pick lottery numbers they believe are lucky. Psychologist Ellen Langer conducted an experiment where participants played cards against someone with a nervous expression. When opponents looked nervous, participants believed they had a higher chance of winning and bet more. Another study had participants press or not press a button before hearing a sound. Many believed pressing caused the sound, even though it was random. This illusion can increase confidence in betting amounts. In life, it can make us overestimate our influence over major events. The fifth trap is selective memory. Humans remember the joy of winning and forget the pain of losing. This leads players to overestimate their success rate and winnings. Psychologist Daniel Kahneman explained this in Thinking, Fast and Slow. Our brain has 2 systems: fast automatic thinking and slow analytical thinking. Selective memory is a product of fast thinking. It filters out unpleasant memories and keeps positive ones. For example, someone might say they won $5,000 gambling last week, forgetting they lost $10,000 to win that amount. This phenomenon also exists in daily life. We often remember happy vacation moments and forget unpleasant ones. While selective memory helps maintain positive mood, it can also lead to poor decisions. Again, this video is meant to discuss psychology and decision-making, not to promote gambling. Gambling can cause serious financial and psychological harm. We strongly recommend staying away from gambling and only applying this knowledge to meaningful life decisions. So how do professional players avoid these traps and make long-term profits? First, they stay rational. Like economists, they understand probability and statistics. They are not influenced by short-term wins or losses. Even during losing streaks, they stay calm because they trust long-term strategy. The MIT Blackjack team is a famous example. This group used mathematical models to win millions in the 1990s. Their success came from probability knowledge and patience, not luck. This rational thinking is useful in investing and business. For example, quantitative trading on Wall Street uses math models to make decisions without emotional influence. Second, they practice strict financial management. Professional players set clear budgets. They may set a daily loss limit of 1% of total capital. Once reached, they stop playing. Famous gambler Johnny Chan said he never brings credit cards into casinos, only planned cash. This applies to life too. Setting loss limits in investing controls risk. Budgeting prevents overspending. Warren Buffett once said, "Be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful." Third, they control emotions. Casinos are emotionally intense, but professionals stay calm whether winning or losing. Emotional intelligence is a key success factor. Psychologist Daniel Goleman explained that EQ often matters more than IQ. The famous marshmallow experiment showed children who delayed gratification achieved more success later. Fourth, they never stop learning. Professionals study rules, analyze data, and develop strategies. Card counting in blackjack is one example of innovation. In life, continuous learning maintains competitive advantage. Isaac Asimov said self-education is the only true education. Fifth, they understand house advantage. Professionals choose games with the lowest house edge. For example, blackjack with basic strategy can reduce house edge to around 0.5%. This thinking applies to investing in business. Always understand risk versus reward. You might think this doesn't apply if you don't gamble. But these principles apply to stock markets, work, relationships, and daily decisions. In investing, overconfidence and sunk cost mistakes are common. Successful investors stay rational, cut losses when needed, and follow strategy. In work, avoid continuing failing projects just because resources were already invested. Analyze current reality and future potential. In relationships, don't stay in unhappy situations just because you invested time and emotion. In personal finance, budgeting and emotional control help avoid impulsive spending. Remember, in casinos and in life, staying clear-headed and maintaining self-control is the real winning strategy. One of the greatest discoveries in life is that people can change their external reality by changing their internal attitude. I hope today's sharing helps you stay rational when facing life's challenges and make wise decisions. Finally, I want to end with an old casino proverb. Casinos have no windows or clocks because they don't want you to know time is passing. So in life, never forget to stay aware and maintain control over your own destiny. Thank you for following today's content. If you found this valuable, please share it with friends and family. Follow me to learn more secrets about money. Goodbye and see you next time.